Let's head to the voicemail of Truth and Reason.
Hi, guys. Love the show. I like your idea about Milroe, but sitting him for a year, wouldn't you have to compare him to the quarterbacks coming out next year and see whether that's worth the value or not? I mean, giving up a late first or second round pick for a player to sit a year when you could actually get a premium position such as left tackle or something on a rookie deal and get a quarterback of equal value next year in the draft, because definitely going to be picking in the top 10 again next year. In the meantime, maybe think about a Green Bay trade. They need DBs. Maybe center a package around Greg Newsome, see if you can get Malik Willis. All you need is a game manager that doesn't turn the ball over a couple times a game, and that's a significant improvement over what we've had. Thank you for listening, guys.
As always, appreciate all of the voicemails. Spencer, I get the thought, young guy, game manager, and I'm not opposed to trading Greg Newsome. I think Kenny Pickett is their Malik Willis, and Kenny Pickett has played a whole lot more football in the NFL than Malik Willis. Malik Willis has thrown 120 passes. Kenny Pickett's thrown 755. Pickett was a first-round pick. Willis, I think, was in the third round, something like that.
Yeah, it's interesting because at the beginning of the offseason, I sort of envisioned the Browns quarterback room sort of finding like three different pillars of quarterbacks they were looking for. One would be a veteran, which they've missed on most of these guys to this point, still sort of waiting to see if anything plays out with the Kirk Cousins situation. One would be sort of a reclamation project, and I think this, to your point, that is Kenny Pickett, right? Like guy who goes somewhere else, kind of cleanses himself, gets a chance to come to Cleveland and try to sort of start anew and start fresh, and compete for a starting job. So I think that was the second one. And then the third one was going to be a rookie, no matter who that was, somebody that they could sort of draft and develop and hope turns into this future quarterback for them. And so they have the reclamation project already in Kenny Pickett. Now, I've wondered if their philosophy on how that's going to look is going to change. It has changed at all, given how the market's kind of dried up and how some of these other things have kind of gone. And if the Kirk Cousins situation is one that they can't navigate and they can't come to a resolution and pull off a trade with the Falcons, do they then go with two reclamation projects or two veterans that are sort of trying to look to bounce back in their careers and then a rookie? So I don't know how their thought process on that has changed. I just think they already traded some draft capital to get Kenny Pickett, to your point. I don't know if they want to do that again to get like a Malik Willis. I like the idea of Willis. I've been very much endorsing the idea that there's not really any bad ideas this offseason except maybe Aaron Rodgers when it comes to figuring out the quarterback position. So if they were to do it, I totally would get it. I just don't know if that's kind of on their minds at this point in the offseason.
Yeah, I would agree. And you know what? Don't dismiss the idea of getting a younger quarterback or a quarterback early in the draft and a quarterback later in the draft as well. Taking two. You need to find a way to get that quarterback room productive.